Hello and welcome to HW News English. I am Shubham Chauhan. Welcome to this live session. It's the 8th of February and it is result day in the 2025 Delhi elections. 70 seats, about 700 candidates, and their fate is sort of being spelled out as we speak, and the numbers are on your screen right now. It's 11:34 a.m. and as things stand, counting of course began early this morning, and the Aam Aadmi Party, the ruling party, which has been sort of been at the helm of affairs in Delhi for the last 10 years, is now down to 27 seats currently, as per the leads that are coming in. All 70 leads are in, and 27 seats is where the Aam Aadmi Party is leading. The BJP, the big story at this point is BJP is at 43 seats out of the 70, leading on 43 seats of the 70 seats that we have in Delhi. Remember, the 70 seats are really crucial when you put it in perspective one by one as to what it means to each political party, and more importantly, the big leaders, say the likes of Arvind Kejriwal and even the Bharatiya Janata Party. Very interesting numbers. It's been a hardly, tightly fought contest over the last few weeks. The Congress, meanwhile, is still at zero, a party that is really fighting for relevance, a party that ruled Delhi once upon a time with Sheila Dikshit at the helm of affairs, is now even struggling to open its account once again for the third time in the national capital. As we'll get you some of the results constituency by constituency, because very interesting leads, and some of the constituencies to watch out for are really witnessing a high octane battle. So we'll get those graphics up for you as well. But again, the big picture right now is Aam Aadmi Party, a party that won 62 seats back in 2020, is now down to 26 at the moment. How are some of the top leaders faring? Remember, Arvind Kejriwal, Chief Minister Atishi, Manish Sisodia, all are locked in tight contests in their respective constituency. Arvind Kejriwal is fighting from the New Delhi seat, where he's squaring off against Parvesh Verma of the BJP. He's the son of a former Chief Minister Sahib Singh Verma. And then there is Sandeep Dikshit of the Congress, the son of another former chief minister, that is Sheila Dikshit. And as things stand, Arvind Kejriwal is trailing in the New Delhi seat, and it is Parvesh Verma, it is Parvesh Verma of the Bharatiya Janata Party that is leading on this seat at the moment. This is the New Delhi seat that we are talking about. Over in Okla, Amanatullah Khan of the Aam Aadmi Party is leading against Ariba Khan of the Indian National Congress. If we look at some of the other results that are coming in right now, some of the leads, and because remember, counting is still on. In Kalkaji, Chief Minister Atishi is leading, and Ramesh Biduri, former BJP MP, a controversial leader who's made several statements in these elections that have drawn a lot of, Mr. Biduri has drawn a lot of flack. And Alka Lamba of the Congress, she is trailing. So Atishi is still maintaining that lead. We look at some of the other seats like Jangpura, when it comes to Manish Sisodia, who's shifted his constituency. He fought from Patparganj. Now he's shifted to Jangpura. And in Patparganj, we of course have the well-known UPSC teacher, Awadh Oja, who joined the Aam Aadmi Party a few months back, and now he's contesting as the AAP candidate from Patparganj. But again, very interesting results. The BJP, remember, has not tasted power in the national capital since 1998. And it is that drought that, if these figures hold at all, it could be the end of that about 2.5-decade-old drought for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And for the Aam Aadmi Party, a party that, remember, rose through the ranks. It was Arvind Kejriwal, the Aam Aadmi, who took on Sheila Dikshit, the well-established leader. In fact, okay, here's the updated trend from Kalkaji. Ramesh Biduri is back in the lead, and Alka Lamba and Atishi are trailing. So it's going to be a very interesting contest, because what we are picking up is now a lot of these seats have very thin margins as counting progresses. So the leads that you are seeing on the screen will keep fluctuating depending on how counting proceeds, and depending on how thin that margin is. What I'm seeing on the screen, on my screen here, is of Jangpura, where Manish Sisodia is trailing at the moment. Atishi is trailing by about 1,000 odd votes, 800 to 1,000 votes is what we are given to understand. Gopal Rai of the Aam Aadmi Party, he is leading. Parvesh Verma, like I already said, he is leading. Ramesh Biduri is leading. And Saurabh Bhardwaj, another top leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, he's trailing at the moment from Greater Kailash. He's up against Shikha Roy of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So Saurabh Bhardwaj is trailing. So is Satyendra Jain, a leader who was in jail for almost 4 years. He came out on bail in the run-up to that this Delhi election, and he too is trailing at the moment. And it is what's really interesting and fascinating about this election has been each part of Delhi. Delhi is like a melting pot. You have the Punjabis, the Sikhs, the Sindhis, a few localities dominated by the Bengalis. In some cases, you have the Tamils, a very small colony that is dominated by the Tamils. So it's like this melting pot where diverse culture. Of course, there are the Purvanchalis who form a critical part of the electorate of Delhi. So all of this combined, and what we see on the screen is political parties, of course, reaching out to each of that section. Arvind Kejriwal, for the last 10 years, managed to have a strong grip over, say, the Juggi Jhopdis, the Dalits, and the middle class to a large extent. And it was that consolidation of all bases that came together and ensured that Arvind Kejriwal was the chief minister, and the Aam Aadmi Party, of course, tasted humongous success in the last decade. But that seems to be taking a hit now. Manish Sisodia, Jangpura, he's leading against Tarvinder Singh Marwa of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Remember, once, in Bali Maran, Imran Hussain of the Aam Aadmi Party is leading against of the Indian National Congress. If we have, we'll try and get some more seats for you. But yes, like I was saying, this contest was really unique in more ways, because if you see the Aam Aadmi Party, the last 2.5 years, they spent a large chunk of that firefighting. Satyendra Jain already went behind bars. Manish Sisodia went behind bars. And then in the run-up to the Lok Sabha election, Arvind Kejriwal went behind bars. And there was the Aam Aadmi Party, where the top leadership was behind bars, and they spent a lot of their time firefighting that. And in sort of the lead up to the Lok Sabha, following the Lok Sabha and the run-up to the Delhi elections, you had these leaders come out on bail, and that's where the Aam Aadmi Party began their campaign on that note. Arvind Kejriwal, remember, he stepped down with a few months to go for the Delhi election. He stepped down. He said he wanted a clear mandate from the people, whether they want to see him as the chief minister. And in came Atishi, who took over the reins as the chief minister of Delhi for that interim period before, of course, the elections that we are seeing play out now. We in fact have someone joining us from the Aam Aadmi Party, Mr. Prakash N. He's a spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. We'll try and connect him if he can see me, if he can hear me. We'll get the tech checks done. But yes, 24 to 46. That's how. Okay, Prakash, can you hear me? So you're on mute. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi, Shubham.
Yes. Hi, sir. Thank you so much for joining and taking out your time. 24 to 46. Aam Aadmi Party, some of the top leaders still locked in a tight contest. Your first reaction to the numbers that we're seeing on screen now?
Well, we'll still see what results come out. It'll swing quite a bit. What I look at is usually what is the vote share coming out to. So if you look at the Election Commission's portal, they're showing the BJP at about 46.5%, 47% vote share, and the Aam Aadmi Party at 43.5% vote share. So the difference is 3% vote share right now, with just about half the polling booths being counted. So we still have halfway to go. And the difference is about 3 points of vote share. Now, every point of vote share, every half point of vote share leads to a swing in seats. So we'll see what happens. I think we've still got time to go. And, whatever the result is, it is. But I wouldn't predict any kind of result either way right now.
So you still have hope that these numbers will change. What we're seeing again, 25 to 45 and the vote share, of course, that you mentioned of the two parties respectively. What I want to understand from you is the Aam Aadmi Party was very clear from the get-go that we do not want to align with the Congress. That is what the stance of the Aam Aadmi Party was. The Congress said, okay, fine, we'll field candidates of our own. Do you think in some pockets, in some constituencies, that is coming back to haunt the Aam Aadmi Party in terms of votes? Because if it comes down to the thin margins, it could be those votes that could have possibly swung, say, some of the Muslim or the Dalit votes that could have swung away from the Aam Aadmi Party and would have gone to the Congress. So do you think, in hindsight, that is one thing that could be a cause of concern for the Aam Aadmi Party, given the numbers that we're seeing now?
But you see, when you see what's happened so far, I mean, 45-25, and the Congress is zero. I think it's justified to say, look, why would the Congress want to contest in Delhi when they are not able to put one seat even on the board, even in the leads right now? What will happen? But when I look at the leads in all the constituencies, because I'm watching it side by side, there is not one constituency where they are even close to a lead. So, or maybe there's one. So I think it was fully justified to say, look, it doesn't make sense for the Congress or for an alliance to happen. And secondly, I think we were always very clear as a Mahagathbandhan that we would contest at the national level. We would come at the national level. There was a big agenda there. But I think the results very much show, yes, the Congress still did field candidates. Yes, their vote share, they've got about 6.5% vote share. Last time they got about 3.5% vote share. So those 3 points could have made a difference. But I think the fundamental decision or the way it has panned out, I don't think the Congress would have done anything if they had got a number of seats. So I think that decision made sense. But we take it the way it is, and like I said, we've still got 43 to 44% vote share against the BJP's 46-47. So that's what we got to look at. And I don't think it's a question of communities. I think all the communities in Delhi have a very strong affinity for the Aam Aadmi Party. And I wouldn't say that one particular, there is any kind of sectoral or community-wise swing at this stage.
But then would you agree that Kejriwal, when he sort of burst onto the scene, becoming chief minister, from that journey that began way back in 2012, 2013 to now in 2025, has he lost that sheen? As clearly the numbers are showing that there is some sort of an anti-incumbency, there's some sort of a dissatisfaction that the people of Delhi have against Kejriwal, especially in the last 2.5 years that we saw with the Delhi liquor policy scam that came out, and the whole Sheesh Mahal narrative that the BJP was creating. Do you think a lot of that has taken the sheen away from the popularity of Arvind Kejriwal?
Well, there's no doubt that we have our vote share has come down. We were at about 53% last time. We are now at about 43-44%. So about out of 100 voters, about 10 have so far, as per the leads so far. And we'll, like I said, again, we have to see how it pans out. Have moved away, and there could be various reasons for that. But if you look at the way the BJP has done this campaign, they've done everything to push back the Aam Aadmi Party. They haven't let us operate these 5 years, and especially the last 3 years. Everything has been such a struggle, and our leaders have been in jail. So whether it was our leaders being in jail, whether it was trying to get something done in Delhi, when everything, when your right hand and your left hand is being tied behind your back, and you're trying to perform, it is tough. So anti-incumbency is always a factor. People like to see a change because some voters are like that, not all voters, but some voters are like that. But I think we had a very, very big challenge over the last 2 years, and everything was done to push the Aam Aadmi Party and to push it out of existence, if you like. And we've come back strong. I think and if you look at even the way the campaigns were fought, I was in Delhi during the campaign for a few days. I saw the way the BJP was aggressively pushing with the police and with the authorities behind them. So everything, where there was a gray area, the BJP had it full. The guys had it full. Wherever there's a gray area in the Aam Aadmi Party, no, you can't do it. And It's just that much that makes a difference.
Right. In fact, the biggest seat that everyone is watching out for is really the New Delhi seat, a three-way contest. Arvind Kejriwal, Sandeep Dixit, and Parvesh Verma, one a former chief minister, two of them sons of former chief minister. How do you see? Because if these numbers hold again, just to clarify for our viewers once again, what we are seeing on the screen right now is 70 leads are in, all 70, and based on that, as numbers 10, 25 to 45. Mr. Prakash, what I want to understand is how important will that be? Because we've seen the last elections, Kejriwal won a thumping majority in New Delhi. The fact that he's still locked in such a tight battle in New Delhi, what does it say about Mr. Kejriwal's own popularity as this leader who won, also ensured that his party won in Punjab, then of course kept the fortress in Delhi and was looking to expand in other states, including Karnataka, where they did give a shot. What does it go to say about Mr. Kejriwal's own popularity as a leader who's leading this party, which began as this movement of the common man?
Well, Arvind Kejriwal is one of the most popular leaders in this country. And in Delhi, certainly, he's probably the most popular leader. He's not probably, he is the most popular leader for sure. And, we still have the elections in New Delhi to come out. I'm sure he will win. And, but yeah, it's a close fight. It's a close fight everywhere. And if you look at if you look at the way the BJP has fought this battle, look at a couple of things, and these affect the voters in the New Delhi constituency a lot. For example, the budget announcements, which happened 4 days before the election on February 1st, which they increased the income tax limits for middle class from whatever to whatever, and they kept talking about the president. Everybody talked about the middle class. Who was this voter? Who was this aimed at? This was aimed at New Delhi constituency, and the voters in New Delhi constituency who are largely from the middle class. This is aimed squarely at them. 100,000 crore decision, which will affect many of the things could have been done, was aimed at one particular constituency. If you look at the day of the voting, right, when there's supposed to be no campaigning, no advertising, nothing, no, you're not supposed to show anything on the day of voting. Mr. Modi was shown in all the channels for an hour and a half, 2 hours in the Kumbh Mela doing his snan. He could have done his snan on any day in the Kumbh Mela. He could have done it early in the morning before sunrise, which is a great time to do it around sunrise, or during other times. He chose the time 11 o'clock, 12:30. All the media channels were showing Mr. Modi doing snan. So all these things are aimed at a certain objective, and the BJP has its guns trained very clearly, and all that has resulted in, with all those things, they're leading just by 3 points. Right, with the anti-incumbency vote. So we'll see what the 3 points means. 3 points of vote share. 46 out of 100 people right now, 46 and a half, 47 people are voting, have voted for them. And about 43, 44 people have voted for us out of every 100. So with all that happening, and with all the money that they've spent, that's what they get. So Arvind Kejriwal is the most popular leader in Delhi. He's one of the most popular leaders in the country. He will become the most popular leader in the country by far. And and we are fighting an election which is very, very, very tough for us. And we'll see where it goes.
Right. One final word. Still confident of these numbers changing? 25
yes,
to
yes.
45?
Yeah. See, it's about halfway through, right? If you remember, you were there a short while back. In the morning, it was like almost 50-20. Then it went up down to 40-30. Now it's 45-25. So these numbers will change, and I'm confident. You see, it all depends on the way it happens. Is that they go, they take the booths number 1 to 15 in each, or 16 or whatever in each constituency. And then they present the results of that. Then they take booth 16 to 32. So it goes on like that. So depending on where the constituencies are, the booth pictures are, the picture changes. It changes seat to seat, and it might change the overall picture also.
Okay. We'll see how that plays out, because again, some round of counting still remaining, and some of the margins, by the looks of it, looks like this will go down right to the wire. So thank you so much.
Yeah, it's very thin. Like I said, 46, 43, just 3 points shift can happen. And
yes.
So it's not like, so let's see what happens at the end. Okay, Shubham?
Yes, we'll see.
Right.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking out the time
Bye,
and speaking with
thanks.
us. So thanks.
Welcome.
So that was Mr. Prakash from the Aam Aadmi Party, treasurer of the Aam Aadmi Party in Karnataka. who says that he's still hopeful of these numbers changing in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party. But again, as things stand, BJP at 45 and the Aam Aadmi Party at 25. We are closing to about noon now. We're inching closer to noon, so you expect some of these trends to solidify as we move forward. Jangpura again, Manish Sisodia of the Aam Aadmi Party is leading. Former Deputy Chief Minister, he is leading against of the candidate of the BJP. Parvesh Verma is again leading against Arvind Kejriwal of the Aam Aadmi Party, the chief of the Aam Aadmi Party, former chief minister, and Mr. Kejriwal is trailing at the moment. Whatever numbers I'm seeing on my screen here in terms of the margins, this trail lead that you're seeing go back and forth again and again. It looks tight, but celebrations have already begun outside the BJP headquarters in Delhi. Some news channels are also flashing the fact that Prime Minister Modi may visit the BJP headquarters in the national capital this evening to celebrate this win. Remember, 70 is the total seat, so 36 is the magic figure. BJP is currently at 9 more than the magic figure of 36. The BJP is at 45. The Congress still not being able to open its account, and that is a very interesting story actually. When you look at the campaign and how it is panned out, the story of the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party, will they, won't they ally? That was the question in Haryana that fell through, and we saw what happened on that front with regards to both the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party, and of course the BJP scoring a massive landslide win in the Haryana assembly elections. Then now, if you sort of compare that with Delhi and what we are seeing now, Rahul Gandhi and the top leadership of the Congress entered pretty late into the battle. The first rally that Rahul Gandhi had in Delhi was sometime in mid-January, where he took jibes at Mr. Kejriwal over failing to keep up his promises and all of that. But then came a rally which was just a few days before voting, and there he took on Arvind Kejriwal. Remember, who are allies or said to be allies in the India alliance. They fought as an alliance in the Lok Sabha elections. There you see Kalkaji on the screen. Ramesh Biduri of the Bharatiya Janata Party, we'll get that corrected for you. Ramesh Biduri of the Bharatiya Janata Party is leading against Atishi of the Aam Aadmi Party. We apologize for the error in the party names, but yes, we'll put up the corrected graphics currently with regards to who's trailing where with the correct party names. But yes, like I was saying, the story of the Congress, there you had Rahul Gandhi at one point, just a few days before voting, taking on Arvind Kejriwal over Sheesh Mahal and saying that Mr. Kejriwal is scared of Mr. Modi. And suddenly you saw this battle play out between the two allies, it is Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party, and then the Congress. Congress, of course, had a few high-profile names contesting, like Sandeep Dikshit in New Delhi, like Alka Lamba in Kalkaji. So that was one bit of it. But the one aspect that everyone was really looking forward to is how much can a down and out Congress do damage to the Aam Aadmi Party in terms of vote share, because these numbers are very clear in terms of the fact that Aam Aadmi Party doesn't enjoy the same amount of popularity that it did, say, 10 years back when they burst onto the scene, and how much damage the Congress will be able to make in certain pockets in the national capital, in certain terms of certain vote banks that stood by Arvind Kejriwal in the last decade. And clearly, the Congress, in terms of the seats, of course, there's been no change. The Congress is still at 0. The Aam Aadmi Party is at 25, and the BJP is at 45. So it was read, the situation was read that way that, if the Congress eats up into AAP's vote bank, it will be advantage BJP. As for the BJP, you had the top leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party, starting from the Prime Minister, who were out and about campaigning for the Saffron Party, and they took on Arvind Kejriwal over the Sheesh Mahal, and that became the dominating narrative of accusing Mr. Kejriwal of having a lavish and luxurious residence where thousands of crores of supposedly government money has been spent on, and someone who has just made promises and but not fulfilled them, and a double engine ki sarkar, which is the BJP narrative that came to the fore. And the Bharatiya Janata Party, of course, deployed this entire battery of leaders, starting, like I said, from the Prime Minister, Home Minister Amit Shah, UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, even Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis was there for a day to campaign for the Bharatiya Janata Party in New Delhi. That is that is what we were able to sort of bring some perspective. We have Sandeep Mehta, Vice President of the Aam Aadmi Party Mumbai, joining us. So thank you so much for joining, taking out your time. 25 to 45, Aam Aadmi Party clearly lagging behind as these numbers stand. Your comments, sir?
Let us wait. We have just crossed 6 or 7 rounds, and in every constituency we have around 12 to 13 rounds. Let us wait for some time. We have hopes, and we are trying our level best to serve this country in a far more better way than the rest of the parties around us. And I think the way we have worked for education, electricity, roads, water, and still if we don't get a proper mandate, I think it will be the loss of common man of Delhi, not Aam Aadmi Party. We will continue to work the way we are, and we have hopes. And we have worked on ground for last 18 days. I was working for Arvindji's constituency on roads, and I have gone door to door to all the people in Delhi. They all praised Aam Aadmi Party and the work they have done.
But sir, that clearly seems to not be translating into votes. You said it will be the loss of the people of Delhi if the AAP doesn't get passed. Delhi was one fortress that Arvind Kejriwal took pride on. This was back in 2012, 2013. This was the state where he said, "Yeah, here I am." He announced himself on the electoral stage. Clearly, he's as these numbers stand, and in fact, Mr. Kejriwal's own seat, he seems to be losing ground pretty rapidly.
As I told you, we have full hopes. Still, there are half the rounds of in each constituency to get over. So let us wait, and we see that it's a kati ki takkar. And also, we can understand that we have a game spoiler called Congress. They have spoiled the game. Almost, if you see in percentage, we are the difference between Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP voters percentage is just difference of 1,10,000 voters. And in this situation, Congress is having already 6.5% of voters. So you can understand where we are leading. Who is the game spoiler? In fact, what I expect is Congress should have been Congress. Congress should have been a game changer and a kingmaker. And I'm very sorry for this video. Uh, because I'm traveling to another studio from one studio to another. Sorry for the video I'm giving you.
Okay.
Extremely sorry for
Okay, no
that.
issues.
But please understand, if we have Bhajpa government in Delhi, it is not the loss of any party. It's a loss of common man from Delhi. That's all I can tell you. But still, I have full hopes that we will create still miracle. There are 8 to 10 rounds to go still.
Okay, miracle. We'll see how that plays out. Mr. Mehta, thank you so much for taking out the time and joining us. To our viewers, what we will try and do right now is get some of the more updated graphics in terms of the numbers that we are seeing come out as in when counting the rounds of counting goes on. We are seeing in some cases, like I was talking about, the vote cutting factor of the Congress. If you see, I have this example of Badli on my screen right now, where Devendra Yadav, the Delhi president of the Congress party, he's gotten 14,700 votes right now. And the Aam Aadmi Party candidate there, the sitting MLA, Ajesh Yadav, he is at 11,888. Now, The BJP candidate is leading in this constituency with 16,767 votes. That is the okay. We'll try and fix those graphics for you. But again, the larger point being a clear split in the vote between which is the anti-BJP vote, the opposition vote seems to be clearly splitting as per whatever little data is now coming out, and we will see how counting progresses, and then the picture will be clear. But that really is one aspect to it, because like I said, they were India Alliance partners at one point, and clearly this election will decide where that India Alliance stands, and does it stand at all or not. As for the Bharatiya Janata Party, their 2.5-decade-old drought rather in Delhi seems to be coming to an end if these numbers hold again. We crossed noon. Yes, it's 12:05 p.m. and I expect some of the leads that have gotten widened in some of the constituencies to now solidify, consolidate, and then heading to the finish line. But again, like I said, all eyes are on the big seats: New Delhi, Kalkaji, Jangpura, Patparganj, Greater Kailash. That is really where the top brass of the Aam Aadmi Party is contesting, starting from the convener Arvind Kejriwal. And what we'll try and do is, if we have some of the updated numbers, we'll flash those on the screen. And this vote cutting aspect that I was telling you about, we'll in fact try and do a detailed report for you to give you the exact figures and as to how this is really playing out. Very interesting. And in fact, during the campaign, you could see that this narrative that began with the Sheesh Mahal and then Arvind Kejriwal putting forth his guarantee, saying this is Kejriwal ki guarantee, right from, of course, targeting the women vote bank, offering 2,100 rupees if voted to par, the Mahila Samman Yojana, his version of the Ladki Bahin in Maharashtra and Ladli Behna in Madhya Pradesh. That was his version, which he's offered to the women voter. And that was one aspect. Another aspect, in fact, one of the many aspects to really watch out for as to which way will the women of Delhi vote. And clearly, this seems to be not the nicest of starts for the Aam Aadmi Party, for a party that, like I said, stormed and burst onto the national scene a decade back. Arvind Kejriwal, very coincidentally, New Delhi was the very seat that Arvind Kejriwal he took on. He was the giant slayer in the 2013 election, where he defeated Sheila Dikshit, the sitting chief minister at the time. He defeated her and became the MLA from New Delhi. A decade later, Parvesh Sharma and Sandeep Dikshit are facing him, and clearly he seems to be locked in a tight fight as far as the New Delhi Assembly constituency is concerned. So if you see the projections that we are getting to see in terms of vote share, the percentage, and how it is translating to seats. Of course, the final detail will be clear once the leads are clear and once the results are clear. If you look at Rohini, the BJP is leading. In Shakur Basti, the Bharatiya Janata Party is leading. Kapil Mishra, controversial BJP leader, he is leading from Karwal Nagar. Now, that is a constituency that is seen, a part of the constituency is seen riots in the year 2020. Remember the winter of 2020, at a time when the CA and RC protests were at its peak. Donald Trump was again a US president. He was about to visit India, and then Northeast Delhi saw horrible riots where a lot of people lost their lives, and the tensions really built up. And Kapil Mishra's remarks, really deplorable remarks at the time, is believed to have, caused that anger, resentment, and sort of really not expected from someone who is holding public office, and the kind of statements he made with the police by his side. He is leading at the moment from Karwal Nagar, is what we are getting to understand. In Mehrauli, the BJP is leading. In Chhatarpur, the BJP is leading. In Deoli, which is an SC reserved seat, the Bharatiya Janata Party is leading. In Greater Kailash, again, Saurabh Bhardwaj, the BJP candidate, is leading. Now, there are 20 odd seats in Delhi out of the 70 where the BJP has never won in the last 25 years. How that pans out will be very interesting to watch, and how much the BJP is actually able to make inroads into that. 36 is what one needs to cross the magic figure. The BJP sitting pretty at 45 at the moment. BJP's Neeraj Basua has won the Kasturba Nagar seat. Is one seat that we are seeing in Patparganj. Yes, there you have it. Awadh Oja of the Aam Aadmi Party is trailing. UPSC teacher who, of course, made a lot of waves when he joined the Aam Aadmi Party. Ravinder Singh Negi of the Bharatiya Janata Party there is leading. This is East Delhi that we are talking about in Patparganj, where Ravinder Singh Negi is trailing, is leading at the moment against Awadh Oja of the Aam Aadmi Party. This was, remember, the seat that was held by Manish Sisodia. But then in the shuffle, Mr. Sisodia moved to Jangpura, and then you had Awadh Oja taking this seat in Patparganj. So it's now seeming to be clear that it's going to be a win for the Bharatiya Janata Party. The AAP would be hoping for something dramatic now in terms of the seats that have fewer margins with less than 1,000 votes, 2,000 votes, and 3,000 votes, hoping that that would swing in their favor. What we'll do is, again, if we have if we have any other graphics, we could play that. Okay, there we have Malviya Nagar. Somnath Bharti, a tall leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, is sitting MLA from Malviya Nagar. He is trailing against Satish Upadhyay of the Bharatiya Janata Party. In fact, just as an aside, Malviya Nagar is also seeing a very interesting independent candidate fight the election, and that is Meghnad. He's a journalist who, and now he has a YouTube channel of his own, an independent streamer, content creator. He is contesting as an independent from Malviya Nagar, and Project Anda is what he has called this project, where his larger aim is to show to people how a common man can also fight election, and more importantly, how that process is right from the time you decide to fill that form, have your nominees, backers, then campaign, get your logo, get your symbol from the Election Commission of India, and then campaign, manifesto, to the whole process as an independent candidate. That is very interesting. In Shakur Basti, Satyendra Jain, former health minister of Delhi, he is trailing against Karnail Singh of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Shakur Basti. In fact, what I'm also given to understand that in seats in assembly seats that are dominated by Muslims, the BJP is leading in some of those as well. So that is very interesting as to how the BJP is trying to expand and expand how in these 70 seats in the national capital. Remember, there is a lot at stake if you look at it from a national perspective, particularly for the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress and the larger India alliance, which is against the front against the Bharatiya Janata Party. In Okhla, just one update, Amanatullah Khan of the Aam Aadmi Party is leading against Ariba Khan of the Indian National Congress. That is what the picture is in Okhla. But yes, for the BJP, which if you again sort of go back in time, not too far, the summer of 2024, the same Bharatiya Janata Party faced a jolt with 240 Lok Sabha seats, and now ruling with the National Democratic Alliance, JDU and TDP being the key allies. From there, winning Haryana, which was least expected, the Saffron Party won the Haryana elections decisively. Then you had Maharashtra, the big surprise, an election that was believed to be a tight one, ended up being one-sided decimation, with the Mahayuti held by the Bharatiya Janata Party and of course the Shiv Sena and the NCP. With them together, they won 234 seats. The BJP won 132 odd seats, which is their highest tally ever in the state of Maharashtra. So the two big wins following the setback in the Lok Sabha. And now, as these pictures stand, as these numbers stand, the Bharatiya Janata Party is sort of leading comfortably in Delhi. 46 is where the BJP is leading in, and like I said, now something dramatic will have to happen if these numbers have to flip or change. I'll just request the producers if we can have the number of seats that have a margin of 1,000 votes, 2,000 votes, or 3,000 votes. That will be an interesting figure to look at when it comes to what to really expect. But again, as things stand, the Bharatiya Janata Party all poised to come back to power in Delhi after 25 long years. They attempted, they've tried all these years. In 2013, Arvind Kejriwal burst onto the scene, and then 2015, 2020, the Aam Aadmi Party swept and with their symbol of broom, they stormed to power really with 65 and 62 seats respectively in the two assembly elections. The BJP was reduced to 8 in 2020, from 8 to 46. That's a massive jump of 38 seats for the Aam Aadmi Party that has seen so much turmoil in the last 5 years. They're already starting with such a higher base, which is at 62, and now they are down 38, so they're at 24 seats currently. And a lot has been spoken and written about Delhi, the chief minister, and what that chief minister's powers are. Now, remember, Delhi is not a full state like some of the other states. There's Punjab, there's Haryana, there's Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and any of these states, Rajasthan, Gujarat. Delhi has a very peculiar governance model. You have someone called the lieutenant governor, who is, of course, an appointee of the center, and a lot of these powers in a what the powers in a state that are vested by the chief minister in a regular state, that is sort of distributed when it comes to Delhi. The governor of Delhi at the moment, VK Saxena, he's had multiple run-ins with Arvind Kejriwal and his government when it came to some key issues and bills and legislations that have to be passed and cleared, proposals that have to be passed and cleared. The police of Delhi is with the Home Ministry, the Union Home Ministry that is led by Amit Shah. But some of the other aspects are then with the power of that rests with the governor, with the lieutenant governor, I'm sorry, with the LG. Now, Arvind Kejriwal has often pointed to the fact that he has very little power, executive power, to sort of implement some of the promises that he has made. So now, if the BJP manages to hold on to these numbers and wins and has a chief minister of their own, well, it's anybody's guess where, how quickly, how seamlessly will that tussle between the chief minister's office and the Raj Bhavan end. So that will be another facet to watch out for, particularly for those watching the stream from Delhi. We have people, we have friends, acquaintances who stay in Delhi and have repeatedly pointed to the complaints to something as basic as picking up garbage. That hasn't happened. Some of the road works that were promised did not happen. Of course, the cleaning of the Yamuna River, that has been such an age-old issue. The cleaning of the Yamuna River, where Arvind Kejriwal promised in the last two elections, in fact, that he will clean it up. And during the course of this campaign, he admitted that he couldn't do that because of the fact that first half there was COVID, and from 2020 there was COVID, and then the party was in a turmoil with both Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal going behind bars. So, in fact, several experts looked at this election as this referendum on Arvind Kejriwal's leadership and popularity. Remember, this is the same Arvind Kejriwal that at one point was, and his party really did not shy away from, taking some big, bold steps when it came to other states fighting election, expanding their footprint, and even possibly putting their hands up for leading the India bloc. Now, if the Delhi fortress goes out of Kejriwal's hands, that will be a big setback to not just Kejriwal, but the Aam Aadmi Party as well. This is where they started their political journey, a political party that came out from the Anna Andolan, the Anna Hazare movement, India Against Corruption movement, a party that came out from that, led by this man called Arvind Kejriwal, who went on to become the chief minister of Delhi. What and how the AAP goes on, proceeds from here on, is an aspect that many will be looking forward to. Because if you see these numbers and you compare it with the 2020 and 2015 results, one thing is very evident, that Delhi will see a very strong opposition, even if you look at this 25 to 46 to 45, 46. Uh, Very interesting to see how the AAP, in fact, takes the role of the opposition if these numbers again stand. And I can see Anna Hazare on my screen. He's giving a bite to a news channel. Anna Hazare, a man who led this movement of India against corruption, the former mentor of Arvind Kejriwal. That he's, in fact, we'll try, and if we can get some texts of that comment, that will be great. But yes, it's been a fascinating election to just watch from a distance, in terms of what has played out, how has it played out, but more importantly, how big issues like air pollution haven't really, been discussed the way it should be. Delhi is notoriously known for this worsening air quality, where it's above all parameters. It's crossed unhealthy, hazardous. It's completely at a different level, making life a living hell for the residents of Delhi and North India. And you've seen, I'm sure you must have seen so many interviews and clips of these netas from Delhi say, "Oh, it is because of a stubble burning in Punjab." Then the Aam Aadmi Party comes to power in Punjab, and they say, "No, this is a North India problem. This needs fixing." But a clean air to breathe is something that still remains a distant dream for those living in Delhi. That is another facet to this. And in fact, yes, Anna Hazare, I have his quote right now. He said, I'm quoting what Mr. Hazare has said. I've always said that a candidate's conduct, thoughts should be pure, life should be without a blame, and sacrifice should be there. These qualities let voters have faith in him. I told this to Arvind Kejriwal, but he did not pay heed. And finally, he focused on liquor. Why did this issue raise? He was overwhelmed by money power. So Kejriwal's former mentor, really a stinging criticism of the former chief minister. He's saying he was overwhelmed by money power. That is what Anna Hazare has had to say on what you have seen play out. And the other part of this is, if you look at these 24 seats that the Aam Aadmi Party is currently leading on, many of these are not actually those of the bigwigs, the Kejriwals, the Atishis. These are the lesser known. Again, I'm sorry for that. A lot of this is the other lesser known, comparatively lesser known MLAs who have focused on local issues in their respective constituency, localized the election, and now seem to be in the driver's position. If you see region-wise, South Delhi, in 2020, BJP won 9 out of the 10 seats in South Delhi. Now it is just 5. It's a 50-55 each for the BJP. In West Delhi, AAP won all 10. Now it's just leading in 1 out of 10. And the 2025 results, vote share that we are seeing right now, AAP at 43.8% and the BJP at 47.9%. That is the picture that we are seeing right now. I can already see visuals of Virendra Sachdeva, president of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Delhi. He's out there waving the victory sign, and with BJP workers surrounding him. The flags are up, the crackers are on, and the sweets are out. So the BJP is already in celebration mode as these deeds consolidate and solidify for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Like I said, it has been a fascinating election, because once campaign ended, in that silence period, you had controversies where the AAP accused the BJP of malpractices of distributing cash, and that drama played out till the voting day. In fact, on voting day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was at the Mahakumbh. He was taking a holy dip at the Mahakumbh in Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh on the day that Delhi went to polls. That is the 5th of Feb. And till yesterday, we still saw controversies play out one after the other, which is almost like this web series, high-powered political web series that sort of played out in Delhi. Yesterday and day before yesterday, the Aam Aadmi Party made claims that the BJP is trying to poach some of the MLAs of the Aam Aadmi, some of the MLA/candidates of the Aam Aadmi Party by offering them that the amount that AAP claims is 15 rupees have been offered. Some leaders even put out screenshots of mobile numbers from which they got a call saying that they're calling from a BJP leader's office and they're offering them money. All these 70 candidates then went to Kejriwal's residence. A meeting was held, and then Sanjay Singh, if I'm not mistaken, he came out and said that we'll go to the Anti-Corruption Bureau and tell them to take an action. But by the time the AAP leaders could reach, apparently following the complaint of a BJP leader on this, the LG of Delhi gave a sanction to the Anti-Corruption Bureau to sort of visit Kejriwal and ask him questions pertaining to these charges. So the ACB landed at Arvind Kejriwal's residence, but wasn't allowed to go in. There was high drama. The ACB team waited for a few hours, sent a questionnaire inside for Mr. Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party to answer, like asking them the basic questions about who called them, what were the number, what are the evidences, what amount was offered, and all of those questions pertaining to that investigation. Some say that some reports suggest that Aam Aadmi Party hasn't responded to those questions that were asked by the Anti-Corruption Bureau. But we'll see now with these numbers and the massive gains that the BJP has made in almost all parts of the national capital, how that probe will go on is something that we'll wait and watch out for to see how it plays out. In Palam, the BJP is leading. In Delhi Cant, the BJP is leading. In Kasturba Nagar, the BJP has won. So now, like I said, the results will solidify and you'll see the final results coming in and being declared. In Chhatarpur, the BJP is leading. In Ambedkar Nagar, which is an SC reserved constituency, the Aam Aadmi Party is leading. The Aam Aadmi Party is leading in Sangam Vihar. Greater Kailash, BJP is leading. So yes, those visuals are of the BJP workers out on the streets of the national capital celebrating their win, their first win in Delhi after 25 odd years. The band bajas are out, the BJP flags are waving high. Saffron is the dominating color, and it is party time for the BJP workers who are already in a celebratory mood. Aam Aadmi Party's Manish Sisodia is looking at a defeat from Jangpura that, the losses of some of the big leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party will be a setback to that party, which claimed to be the next big thing in Indian politics and a party with a difference. And I think Manish Sisodia has lost. If my producers can just confirm that, Manish Sisodia, former Deputy Chief Minister, has lost the Jangpura seat in Delhi, and that's a massive blow to the Aam Aadmi Party. Remember, I just to recollect, if I'm not mistaken, in 2020, when the results were trickling in, Arvind Kejriwal, the AAP convener, he had won his seat comfortably, but he did not come out and speak to the media until late in the evening, because there was one seat that had not declared, that the counting for which was still on, and that was Patparganj, where Manish Sisodia managed to scrape through with a couple of thousand votes. He won with a margin of 2,000 odd votes, and that's a big upset. Now, 5 years later, for the Aam Aadmi Party, Manish Sisodia has lost the Jangpura seat. BJP's Sarvinder Marwa has won from this seat, beating Manish Sisodia. And you'll see a lot of these giant killers, as we say in electoral politics, pulling off upsets, defeating the bigwigs in these political parties. Now, again, like I said, the big the other eyes will be on Kalkaji and New Delhi. Most importantly, Parvesh Verma, son of former Chief Minister Sahib Singh Verma, whether he becomes another giant killer and beats Arvind Kejriwal, manages to beat Arvind Kejriwal. But yes, 46 to 24 is what we have at the moment. Again, the Congress still not able to open its account in Delhi once again. So moment of introspection, for not just for the Congress. Again, they'll have to go back to the drawing board. If the top leadership of the party that came to their sort of boost their fortunes at the last moment is 7-10 days of campaign, that strategy that as a strategy clearly did not make any difference to their tally on result day, and whether actually the party whether the Congress party was keen on fighting the Delhi elections. Were they confused in the beginning whether to take on Kejriwal or not? And then by the time they decided, and you had the top leaders of the Congress, it clearly was pretty late. Arvind Kejriwal and Atishi are still trailing from New Delhi and Kalkaji respectively, even as the news has come in that Manish Sisodia, former Deputy Chief Minister, the number two of the Aam Aadmi Party, the trusted and very close aide of Arvind Kejriwal, he has lost from Jangpura. So there's going to be a day of upsets. That's the beauty of electoral politics and Indian politics. Nothing permanent. No one is indispensable. It's all up to the voter. When the voter decides who to pick and who not to pick, that really decides everything that should be as to who the representative will be. There you see the three top leaders on your screen. Atishi, Chief Minister, she was among the few leaders, along with, of course, Saurabh Bhardwaj and Gopal Rai, who had to now take care of the party because the top leadership was in the jail. So now, from there to then becoming the Chief Minister of Delhi, for Atishi, Kalkaji again was a seat that she took really great pride in, contesting, winning, and then now becoming a Chief Minister from that, from there, becoming an MLA and then becoming the Chief Minister. Manish Sisodia, the man credited with the Delhi education model, where the government schools in the national capital clearly transformed into these very, almost giving competition to the big private schools that we see, with big buildings, good infrastructure, basic amenities in place, and a good curriculum. So Manish Sisodia has been touted, is the man, is the brainchild. The good Delhi model of education is the brainchild of Manish Sisodia. And there, of course, was Arvind Kejriwal in the middle, who is this leader who, like I've been saying again and again, someone who said that he will change the system, he will give Delhi roads which are of European standards. And based on that promise, he was a giant killer at one point, defeating Sheila Dikshit in New Delhi in that high-profile, dramatic battle. And then the rise of the Aam Aadmi Party in the last 10 years has been a very fascinating story to see in Indian politics. Also said that this is the biggest success story, if you look at it that way, that in such a short span, a party has been able to make so much mark with governments into. Okay, if I'm seeing that Manish Sisodia is coming out for a comment, if we can have that comment play out on our screen, that will be great. But yes, he has lost the Jangpura seat, and for the Aam Aadmi Party, this is really a big setback. The Congress still has zero. Sandeep Dikshit and Alka Lamba and Devendra Yadav, the three biggest prominent known faces of the Congress, they're trailing. And just to also slightly divert from Delhi and go to the state of Uttar Pradesh, in Milkipur, there's a bipole happening that comes in Ayodhya. It's the seat again, it was the Faizabad Lok Sabha seat where Avdesh Prasad of the SP, the Samajwadi Party, he's an MP. He pulled off a big upset there. Of course, that's the place where Ayodhya is, where Ram Temple is. And the BJP is leading in Milkipur as well. In Shakur Basti, Karnail Singh of the Bharatiya Janata Party back to Delhi. Karnail Singh, we have of the Bharatiya Janata Party leading at the moment. Marjinder Singh Sirsa, yes, Singh Shakur Basti against Satyendra Jain. Karnail Singh is leading. Mohammad Tahir Hussain of the IMM, of course, he's trailing. Parvesh Verma is still leading. He's hanging on to that thin lead that he has of a few hundred votes and a few thousand votes here and there. He's still leading against Arvind Kejriwal and Sandeep Dikshit of the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress respectively. So 23 to 47 is what the tally, 22 to 48 is what the tally is. But I think after almost 1 hour of this live stream, we've seen we've not seen any major difference in the number of seats and the respective parties' tally. Uh, Tarvinder Singh Marwa, like I said, he's won with about 1,500 odd votes. If the tally that I see on my screen is correct, big setback really for the Aam Aadmi Party, for for of course the Bharatiya Janata Party. It's a day to celebrate. Sisodia said we will analyze what's gone wrong in that, and Kejriwal is trailing by 430 votes, if I'm not mistaken, at the moment. So it's these small battles, the thin margins, that'll be very interesting to see. And then, of course, the big picture will be who becomes the next chief minister of Delhi, which, as it's becoming clear with every passing minute and result, that it will be from the Bharatiya Janata Party. So we'll end the stream here and just request the producers if we have any other graphics that we would like to just display final count of the final leads that we have on screen for you from any other seat in Delhi. It's been a high stakes, high octane battle where a party, that is the Congress, struggling for relevance, the AAP looking to win a hat trick in Delhi and consolidate, hold on to their fortress, which is the national capital. For the BJP, a chance to end their 25-year-old drought. So if we don't have any other leads at the moment, any other fresh leads that we would like to show to our viewers, then okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll end the stream to our viewers who've joined in. Stay tuned to our channel. We'll get you some detailed reports on the Delhi election results, the biggest losers, the biggest gainers, and what it means for the opposition, what it means for the Bharatiya Janata Party with such a convincing performance with 48 seats that they're leading in currently, and the results now solidifying. So a moment of joy and celebration for the Bharatiya Janata Party, a moment of introspection for the Aam Aadmi Party, and of course the Congress that still has not able to open its account. Parvesh Verma will meet Home Minister Amit Shah in New Delhi shortly. That is the latest update that we have. Parvesh Verma, the candidate from New Delhi, and of course one of the front runners now when it comes to the next chief minister of Delhi. And who will that person be? Harish Khurana in Moti Nagar, he's leading. Kapil Mishra is leading. Okay, Arvind Kejriwal has lost. If we can clarify this, we can confirm this, recheck it. Is he trailing or has he lost? We'll get that, but yes, Atishi is also trailing from Kalkaji, the incumbent CM, and leading is Ramesh Biduri, another controversial leader who made really disgusting remarks against Atishi during this campaign, and of course this horrible communal remark, disgraceful remark that he made in Parliament a couple of years back. But yes, we'll end the stream here. Thank you so much for joining to all our viewers. Like I said, stay tuned to our channel. We'll get you reports on the analysis of this big Delhi verdict, where the BJP all set to end its drought, come back to power in Delhi, and the Aam Aadmi Party clearly losing ground in what was once their home ground. That's all we have for this live stream. This is Shubham Chauhan signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to our channel, HW News English, for more such videos. Thanks for watching.